In this video, I'm going to review with you how to use the arrangement track, which is important when you are building your song. You can create an outline for yourself to make sure that you are using the correct form. So I've opened a GarageBand project, empty project, and before I start with anything, I'm going to set up my arrangement track for a typical song form. So the first thing you do is go up to the drop-down menus and select track. So when you select track in the drop-down menu, you'll come down and choose show arrangement track. So once you do this, you'll see this new arrangement track show up above your track headers. To start off, I'm going to click the plus button. You can see that it adds an intro section here. The default length is 8 measures, but you can change this. So for the intro of this song, I'm going to make it a 4-measure intro. So I take my cursor and put it at the end of this bar, and then I click and drag to the left till I get to the number 5. So now my intro is 4 measures long. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need to, now would be a good time to pause the video and go ahead and set up your intro. My next step is to start adding my verse and chorus sections. So the first thing, so now I'm going to click the plus button again, and it's automatically going to set up an 8-measure verse, which is what I'd like. Now if I want to change the name of this section, I just click on the word and I can choose intro, verse, chorus, bridge, or outro. You can also choose rename. I'm going to choose rename, and I'm going to call this verse 1 and then press my return key. So now I have my intro and my verse 1, and I'm careful to make sure everything's lined up with my timeline grid. Once again, now will be a good time to pause the video and place in verse 1. My next step is to add another section, which is going to be the chorus. So again, it automatically puts in an 8-measure phrase. So I have intro, verse 1, chorus. After I add the chorus, I'm going to add my second verse. So again, press the plus button. You can see the default here is it comes up bridge. I don't want this to be the bridge, I want it to be verse 2. So I click on bridge, click on rename, and then I'm going to change this and type in verse 2 and return. Again, this will be a good time to pause the video and put in verse 2. After verse 2, I'm going to add another chorus section. Press the plus button. I'm going to scroll over. Now this says outro, but I don't want this to be the outro. I want it to be chorus. So I'm going to click on the word outro and select chorus. So now as I look at this, I have intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus. You can pause the video if you want to pause and double check to make sure that you have this set up correctly. So after the second chorus, the next thing I want to add is my bridge. The bridge is the contrasting section of the song, and it came up bridge. After the bridge, I'm going to add another chorus. It shows up outro, so to change it, I simply click on the word outro and change it to chorus. That leaves me with one more section to add. So I click my plus button, and this time I'm going to end with the outro. So if I've done this correctly, in my arrangement track, I have intro, 4 measures, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, bridge, chorus, and then outro. And if I've done it correctly, it's going to end at measure 60. In the next video, I'll show you how to begin building your song.